Welcome to a controversial topic that dives into some explosive claims made by former Democratic insider Lindy Lee on The Sean Ryan Show. She's talking about what she sees as Obama's third term and deep corruption within the Democratic Party. Now let's hear from Lindy Lee, giving a brief teaser of the unbelievable claims she will be discussing. She also gives names that helps her seem more credible.
It was for sure Obama's third term. I don't think that's even a question. But also, he didn't have much faith in Kamala Harris. Before she ascended to the top role, he was vetting people like Mark Kelly and Andy Bashir.
So who is running it? Who are the names?
Lindy Lee suggests that what we've been seeing as Biden's administration might actually be a continuation of Obama's influence. She claims Obama has been vetting candidates and pulling strings to secure his legacy.
A lot of people say it was Obama's third term. There's rumors of, and these are friends of mine that are moderate Democrats say that they thought it was Elizabeth Warren running it. They thought it was Bernie Sanders running it. But I think the general consensus, I think if you asked, the majority of the population, I think it was Obama's third term.
It was for sure Obama's third term. I don't think that's even a question. I don't think anyone, it definitely was. And that's why you saw Obama fighting for his dear life. Why was he fighting so hard in the fall? Because he was fighting for his fourth term. He was fighting for his own legacy. The relationship between Obama and Biden is most reminiscent of that between LBJ and JFK. JFK had little respect for Lyndon B. Johnson, but he picked him anyway because he wanted to win the South. He wanted to win Texas. But he had very little respect for LBJ's intellect. JFK was surrounded by his Harvard brain trust, and he had immense disdain for LBJ's Texas Hill Country vibe. And that was the same attitude that Obama had towards Biden. Obama thought that Biden would eventually fuck everything up. And that's eventually actually what happened.
According to Lee, it's not Biden running the show, but a team of Obama loyalists. Lee doesn't stop there. She goes into what she describes as corruption within the Democratic Party. She mentions the use of street money, which is essentially paying off ward leaders for political favours. She also talks about high-profile endorsements being bought rather than earned.
The optics would have been terrible.
So who is running it? Who are the names?
Steve Ricchetti, his senior advisor, Anita Dunn, Mike Donnellan, Ron Klain, Jeff Zients, Bob Bauer, his personal lawyer, who's actually his personal lawyer, who actually leased a book basically grifting off his relationship with the Bidens. I'm going to get in so much trouble for saying all this. But these are the people who ran our country for the last 4 years.
Lindy Lee isn't just any commentator. She was deeply involved with the Democratic National Committee and Biden's campaign. Her shift to the conservative side after years in Democratic politics adds weight to her claims.
By the way, the major qualification for all these folks is that they know Biden really well. These aren't like PhDs or like rocket scientists or anything like that. It's just because of loyalty. And they've stayed with him for a number of years. So Mike Donnellan, Nancy Pelosi actually called him out. And she said, show me the numbers, Mike. Like, show me where you're getting these numbers that show that Biden can still beat Trump. And Donnellan wasn't able to deliver. No such numbers exist.
Is she a whistleblower or a disgruntled ex-member? It's crucial to approach these allegations with skepticism, but also an open mind. Whether Lee's claims are entirely true, partially accurate, or exaggerated, they've certainly sparked a conversation about power, influence, and corruption in American politics.
Oh, so I should also mention that after the debate, Hunter basically commandeered the White House. He sat in on all the White House top-level meetings. You had a former cocaine addict sitting in on the most sensitive meetings of the most consequential and important government in world history. Does that sit right with you?
No.
Without security clearance, mind you. No security clearance. That's who was basically running the show. So Hunter basically battened down the hatches after the debate to make sure that his father would only receive intel that he pre-approved. And so Anita Dunn got exiled around this time, along with her husband. Her husband was playing Trump in the debate prep. Ron Klain was disgraced after the debate blew up. And then Jeff Zients, the person who's worth like hundreds of millions of dollars, the chief of staff. I should mention that the weekend that Biden made the decision to drop out, he only told 2 people in that circle, and that's that's Steve Ricchetti and Mike. He didn't tell Anita because I was on a call with Anita that morning and she had no idea it was going to happen. It completely caught her off guard. So by that time, they were already easing her out of the circle. And so Jill takes Joe by the hand. The names are so similar. I'm sorry. Jill takes Joe by the hand on stage and she's like, Joe, you knew all the facts. You answered all the questions. And you know that hand gesture that she does. And I'm thinking, you're treating him like a first grader. You know, like just because he, you know, like you shouldn't applaud him for doing the basics.
We encourage you to look into these topics further, question, and form your own opinions. If you found this video insightful and opens your eyes to corruption in the government, hit that like button, subscribe to uncover the truth on who really is running the United States, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Remember, understanding our political system requires us to engage, question, and stay informed. I'll be here to deliver the clips you need to stay one step ahead of the mainstream media, in case you missed it.